Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. Alright folks, here we are on Monday, November 1st. Wanted to do an update video on SHIB. So Shiba Inu Coin is basically moving now that it's Monday again, and wanted to update the chart analysis. Oh, I should say this before we get into it. I'm only going to be looking at the trend and the chart technical analysis. So if that's not what you're interested in, here's your best chance to hit the eject button before you watch something that you don't want to. But otherwise, let's get into it. So we had this big run up, as you know, toward the end of last week, and then it sort of chopped around and had, some pullbacks over the weekend, and then started to show some strength coming into today again. Now, we see this trend line here that had been support since back on the 26th of October, and it fell through that, but then it's doing this thing that we quite often see where it's coming back and kind of following that previous uptrend support and treating it as uptrend resistance. So not the worst thing in the world, just sort of like a different maneuvering of essentially getting the same type of action out of it, right? It's essentially still just moving itself into that range and making the same sort of upward motion as it would have otherwise. And I just flipped the wrong thing, a different color. But basically it's sticking itself in this channel for the time being. So I'll be watching that to see how that plays out. This is on the 1 hour, of course. And this 6959 level should be the support level down as far as I see it. And it's sort of really kind of toying with that at the moment. Now there was this last night? Yeah, I've been updating my Twitter. My Twitter handle is in the description below, but I've been putting pretty consistent updates there and had done so throughout the weekend. But this candle right here, I had tweeted out that it was forming a hammer when that was forming, and it's made a nice move off of that. So be continuing to watch sort of if it needs to retest this 6959 and then come on up. But for the time being, on the 1 hour, I'm watching this channel play out along with that 6959 and this uptrend support that it seems to have flipped, for the moment at least, to uptrend resistance. Now on the daily, if we pull out a little bit to see what additional targets might be in play, there is also this sort of forming of a flag on the daily. So if you look here, and we'll put this also in yellow, and then if we look like here, I mean, there's sort of a couple of ways to view this. One would be, placing it over here. This is probably a little bit more of a lenient type movement, meaning you're giving it more space to move within this flag. You could also stick it up a little bit higher. That would be a little bit more of a conservative target, in the sense of like if it falls through, what you would be looking for a stop loss or anything like that. But for the time being, it's pressing through. You see this this uptrend resistance that had been holding, and so I'd be watching for that here, and that should play out sort of in real time over the course of the day today. But those are the things that look sort of most important to me. And then in terms of resistance levels, certainly this level here from the bodies of these candles are likely to provide some selling pressure. And then around up here, not necessarily resistance, I should say, more of a supply level, where supply has tended to outpace demand and has kind of pushed back at that level. And that's right about where the wick is at this moment. 7527 is where I see it. So it's, a little bit off of that. But, if they can establish that 7527 as support or as a new demand zone, then it would have broken out of this flag pattern on the daily and could signal, a really solid move up. But, for the time being, just kind of watching, seeing it's obviously made a lot of traction already over the course of the last few weeks. So, trying to temper expectations with kind of understanding that there's going to be some profit taking along the way and so on and so forth. But still an interesting move. I have done nothing but added to my position. I added to my position again this morning. I would have loved to have added down there, and I was tweeting about it, but my funds just hadn't cleared yet, which was kind of annoying. But it's part of just the game. It's just what happens sometimes. But to me, this is still looking like a good motion, and I'm watching this channel and these support and resistance lines. All right, folks. Well, I hope that your trading day goes well. And trading day, I mean, crypto's 24/7. But if you're also involved in the stock market trading day, and I will do my best to keep update videos coming if they're interesting to folks. And like I said, I've been spitting out things definitely more frequently on Twitter, just because I can manage that a lot faster than coming in and trying to record a video. Even though these are very low production quality, they still are a bit more time consuming than taking a screenshot and sending out a quick tweet. All right, folks. Well, I definitely wish you the best for the day ahead, and I appreciate you watching. I will see you in the next video.